$28,506,877,000,000 and counting. That is the United States national debt.
God over money, the new movement. Let's go.
What's up, everyone? It's Drew with No Debt But Love, where we strive to live out Romans 13:8, which is to allow no debt to remain outstanding, but the continuing debt to love one another. All right. What are we going to learn today? We're going to take a look at some news about the Biden administration canceling an additional $55.6 million in student loan debt. This is crazy. So, the purpose of this channel is to encourage those who are still having to pay their student loans to knock it out as quickly as possible, and to inspire the next generation to avoid student loans at all costs. Now, if you're a returning subscriber,
I got nothing but love for you, baby.
as I look at this U.S. national debt clock and I see how it ever increases by the second, and then I read news about student loan cancellation, I am happy for those who may receive that cancellation for the moment now, because they can get the feeling of relief, because I've struggled with paying back my student loans for 9 years, and it's tough. But then I also look at this national debt clock and I think about the state of my country. What type of country will my children enjoy when they get older? What about my grandkids? What about my great-grandkids? Let's pay off our debt so we will not have to put that responsibility on someone else. And when you cancel debt, that's going to go to the U.S. national debt. And what's going to be the impact of that? This article comes from Yahoo News from USA Today, and it reads, the Department of Education canceled an additional $55.6 million of student loan debt for 1,800 students who were victims of a for-profit college fraud. You know what? This reminds me of my higher ed days, where I was an academic advisor, and I would meet up with some students to advise them who were transfer students, and they were a lot of times they were coming from ITT Tech, which is now closed, shut down. I remember one young man in particular. He was an engineer major at ITT Tech, and he explained to me that he had never taken a calculus class, and he wanted to take one of our engineering courses. And I had to tell him that he could not take the class because the prerequisite was Calculus 1. And it's sad to think that a lot of these for-profit schools that are unaccredited were still allowed to take money in the form of student loans, and which begs me to question, why were these loans even issued out? And why did our government guarantee those loans? Why did it back them up? So I am happy for those who are getting their student loans canceled. But what I'm thinking about now is the laws that could be enforced to safeguard predatory lending practices by these student loan servicers. Now, the article goes on to say that the latest cancellation is for students who attended Westwood College, Maranello Schools of Beauty, and the Court Reporting Institute. This is the first time the department approved loan forgiveness for students who attended schools other than Corinthian Colleges, ITT Technical Institute, and American Career Institute since 2017. All right, so I am excited for the win for these students, but it begs me to question what will the future look like for those students who may not be able to afford college, and they really have to depend on loans. I'm concerned that some very bright young men and women are going to fall through the cracks. Now, here's another article from Forbes. If $50,000 of student loans are forgiven, this is what happens. So that's what I'm thinking about. What is going to happen with these student loans being forgiven? Now, the article talks about how Elizabeth Warren, she wants up to $50,000 of student loans forgiven for borrowers. However, it's not every student loan borrower. The plan applies only to federal student loans for borrowers who earn less than $125,000 annually. I don't know. I have issue with that, because what if that borrower happens to have $50,000 in student loan debt, but then makes $124,000 in annual salary? So 100, especially in Texas, if you're making anywhere near 100,000 by yourself, that's a really good salary, and you could definitely afford to knock out $50,000 in student loan debt. Given, let's say, you don't have credit cards and, Lord forbid, medical issues. But it sounds like generally, like possibly the salary of a nurse practitioner, a physical therapist, physician assistant when they first get out of school. So those people in these high dollar careers that may be slightly lower than $125,000 in annual salary when they first get out of school, should they be included in a loan forgiveness and loan cancellation of $50,000? I don't know. You guys let me know in the comment section below. And also, don't forget, if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment. I appreciate that. It helps the channel grow. At the time, as a presidential candidate, Warren wanted to cancel student loan debt for more than 95% of borrowers and cancel all student loan debt for more than 75% of Americans with student loan debt. Again, what kind of impact is that going to have on future generations? Yes, I am happy for those people who received the loan cancellation, but the debt does not just simply go away. It's tacked on to our national debt, and when you get more debt, what else do you have to pay? You also must pay interest on that debt. So yes, right now the economy may have slowed down for a little bit, but when things improve, guess what else is going to increase? Interest rates. So that's going to cause taxes to go up. So although I'm for people getting out of debt, but I'm thinking more of the means to which people are able to get out of debt. Now, you have people that have medical issues, that cannot work. We should definitely help them. Most definitely. But to have legislation to just cancel any and all debt, especially for those who may be able-bodied, and then especially for those who earn good money, but they earn less than $125,000, I think laws should be looked at to determine what would be best for the country at a case-by-case basis. That's just my 2 cents. Okay? Feel free to share, comment, like, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you. That's all I got for you for today. And until next time, everyone, stay strong, fight on, and have no debt but love. Peace and blessings.